This world-class magic fencer just watched her childhood friend get utterly annihilated right in front of her. If you think the underworld of Amidara is just about standard demonic politics, you are completely dead wrong. We are about to look at how a lazy detective accidentally unraveled the most twisted conspiracy in the whole city. Welcome back to the channel. Hit that subscribe button and let us dive straight into the madness of Annerose. Let me pull you back a bit to the grimy borders of Amidara, a place where humans and demons constantly clash. Annerose is a mixed-blood investigator running a small detective agency right in the better part of the Dark Town. She calls herself evil all the time, but honestly, she just has a heavily profit-oriented sense of street justice. Most people see her as a ruthless businesswoman, wearing a tight latex dress and carrying a very suspicious suitcase. But behind closed doors, she is incredibly lazy, drinking heavy liquor and sleeping until her servants wake her up. She wields the legendary dark sword Vajra Yaksa, a magical blade that literally eats the raw evil of its targets. She bought a guy named Tachibana Rikuro from a local slaver, just to immediately end his mortal life on the spot. A tragic event occurred, but her weird instinct knew his body would resurrect as an extremely rare immortal slave. So now this newly immortal dude works as her personal maid just to cover up the terrible cooking of her other maid. That other maid is Nichiko Floretti, an actual devil who made a bizarre pact with Annerose for unknown reasons. The criminal underworld of Amidara is controlled by the Gods Troop, the 9 Dragons, and the Wild Black Dogs. Annerose frequently clashes with Li Meifeng of the 9 Dragons, fighting like absolute cats and dogs in the city. Even their own loyal subordinates desperately try to ease the endless conflict between these two stubborn women. Everything started falling apart when a totally artificial werewolf randomly attacked the dark streets of Amidara. The 3 major ruling factions immediately put a massive bounty on the beast, sending every hunter into a frenzy. Around this exact same time, a frantic girl named Otonashi Miki hired Annerose to find her missing brother Iichi. Miki created so much chaos during her search that the 9 Dragons actually slapped a giant bounty on her head too. Annerose stepped up and completely blocked Li Meifeng from taking Miki down, drawing a massive target on her back. I mean, Annerose usually acts purely on money, but something about this specific case definitely triggered her gut. She consulted an old and powerful witch named No Aisling, someone Annerose affectionately just calls her grandma. Along with an informant named Elizabeth, they finally connected the werewolf attacks to the missing person reports. All the bloody clues pointed directly at a very notorious and evil magician who was operating under the name Bard. Bard was not just kidnapping random citizens, he was harvesting raw souls to fuel a massive underground operation. The problem was that the entire criminal underworld was blindly hunting anyone involved, leaving Annerose cornered. She desperately needed heavy backup, so she went straight to the towering Crimson Tower to find Aishwarya Lai. Aishwarya was a childhood acquaintance who constantly teased Annerose, but she possessed immense magical abilities. But when Aishwarya arrived there, she and Li Meifeng were instantly trapped in a chaotic arena-like puzzle game. The twisted rules forced Rikuru to solve a complex riddle, while Annerose took painful punishments for his errors. They barely managed to survive the sick game, and Aishwarya finally agreed to lend her massive magical firepower. Just as the tension settled and victory seemed totally guaranteed, a massive and sudden tragic event occurred there. Bard triggered a hidden curse that completely vanquished Aishwarya right in front of Annerose without any warning. He had secretly planted a deadly contact spell inside Miki, turning the poor girl into an unwitting walking bomb. The lethal curse transferred from Miki to Rikuru and then directly into Aishwarya the moment they touched hands. Bard instantly stole Aishwarya's legendary Philosopher's Stone, leaving Annerose staring at the remains in shock. I always found it wild how Annerose acts bored most of the time, but this specific loss genuinely hit her so hard. To make matters infinitely worse, Bard somehow managed to kidnap her devil-maid Michiko during the chaotic panic. The Annerose detective agency was completely crippled, lacking manpower and running totally out of precious time. Bard planned to forcefully open an otherworld gate using the artificial werewolf, which was actually Miki's brother. He needed the corrupted souls, the stolen Philosopher's Stone, and Michiko's demonic body to stabilize the portal. If that forbidden gate opened fully, the twisted city of Amidara would be completely swallowed by dark dimensions. Annerose and Rikuro dragged themselves back to New Aisling's safe house to desperately regroup their broken forces. The old witch taught them a very risky combo technique that required absolute synchronization between master and servant. They stormed Bart's hidden stronghold, deciding to split up immediately to cover more ground in the massive base. Annerose ran straight into Mifune Ashura, a ridiculously strong bounty hunter who was secretly hired by Bard himself. She gripped her Vajra blade tightly and totally vanquished Mifune in a fierce clash of dark magical energy. Meanwhile, Rikuro intercepted Yamada Taro, a heavily manipulated chemist who genuinely thought he was doing good. Rikuro knocked Yamada out cold, and the defeated chemist thankfully revealed a secret passageway to the main gate. They sprinted down the hidden tunnel, but they were already too late to stop the initial phases of the ritual. The massive Otherworld gate tore open the fabric of reality, leaking terrifying dark energy into the physical world. Giant black hands emerged from the glowing portal, violently dragging the corrupted werewolf into the dark abyss. Miki stood there looking completely empty, realizing she was basically just a walking corpse bound by Bard's magic. Her tragic life ended right there, choosing to fade away rather than become another mindless monster for the villain. Annerose stared at the chaotic portal, realizing her entire city was about to be completely erased from existence. Bard laughed maniacally, thinking his grand master plan was utterly flawless and completely beyond human disruption. But he severely underestimated the raw determination of a lazy detective who was pissed off about losing her friends. Annerose and Rikuro perfectly executed the dangerous combo attack they learned from Grandma Nu just hours before. Their combined magical strike shattered Bard's magical defenses and thoroughly vanquished the arrogant dark wizard. With the caster completely gone, the massive Otherworld gate lost its anchor and immediately began to destabilize. A terrifying shockwave ripped through the underground chamber, threatening to bury everyone under tons of solid rock.
Just as the entire ceiling collapsed on them, a massive black dragon burst through the falling debris to shield them. It was Michiko, who finally broke free from her bindings and revealed her true, horrifying demonic dragon form. The dragon safely carried Annerose and Rikuro out of the collapsing dungeon right before the gate exploded entirely. They crash-landed back in the grimy outskirts of Amidahara, staring quietly at the smoking ruins of the enemy base. The chaotic werewolf threat was finally neutralized, but the heavy cost of their victory felt incredibly suffocating. Annerose did not even complain about her ruined latex dress, which just proves how mentally exhausted she really was. It is super crazy how Annerose navigates the twilight of humans and demons like it is just a normal Tuesday morning. She literally treats life or death situations with overwhelming boredom, but she fought like a demon to protect Miki. Rikuro also proved his worth, evolving from a disposable immortal slave into a genuinely dependable combat partner. Their bond slowly started to blossom into something much deeper than just a standard master and servant arrangement. But the wildest detail about Annerose is a hidden secret that completely changes how you view her arrogant attitude. Every single time a new moon rises in the night sky, her legendary magical sword Vajra aggressively powers down. Her entire physical appearance regresses rapidly, turning this ruthless dark woman into a very young, shy teenager. She starts talking in a super high and mighty tone, constantly referring to herself as we or us out of pure fear. Bardet never actually realized that if he had just waited for the new moon, Annerose would have been totally helpless. It completely reframes her intense laziness and heavy drinking as a massive coping mechanism for her monthly weakness. Amidahara is an incredibly twisted city, where you could easily become a miserable slave or get murdered in an instant. Living with that terrifying vulnerability every month just forced Annerose to project a fake aura of absolute evil. As Michiko slowly recovered from her dragon transformation, mysterious new clients suddenly appeared in the Dark City. A group of elite Taimanin ninjas tracked down the agency, bringing a brand new and incredibly dangerous job for her. The massive crater from the gate became a grim reminder that the city of Amidahara is always teetering on destruction. Annerose survived the chaos, but she permanently secured her reputation as the most dangerous anomaly in the underworld. Honestly, I do not think Annerose actually cares about saving the world or maintaining some grand sense of true justice. It seems to me that she just wants to protect her tiny circle from a cruel system that treats life as totally cheap. When you really think about it, pretending to be an evil villain is the only way to survive in a city run by monsters. Maybe her arrogance is a fragile shield, masking a tired girl who desperately wants to sleep without fearing death. If you want more deep dives into the darkest gaming lore ever made, smash the subscribe button right now to join us.